Hey, what's going on everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com back today with another daily crypto update. I'm going to be going over our normal schedule of Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Ethereum, Litecoin, Ripple, Neo, Vertcoin, Monero, OmiseGO, Lisk, Cardano, and IOTA, all of those in a more detailed technical analysis on TradingView in that order in just a second. Other than that, if you're interested in monthly cryptocurrency buying opportunities, go check out my premium content. There'll be a link in the description to that. Otherwise, if you're interested in trading altcoins, go check out Binance. You can also find a link to that in the description of this video. Let's get started with the general market update. We can see that after our big drop, a lot of cryptocurrencies are starting to move back up now. The red percentages climbing back up higher. The red percentages are starting to move back up, and we already have certain altcoins now that are back in the green. Tron up 13%, Verge up 27%, Zcash now turned positive, and especially cryptocurrencies that either took a really big hit or were holding pretty strong throughout the dip are now moving back into the green, right? Especially the altcoins, like I said. I'm not going to go through the whole list here. I already talked a little bit about everything in a video that I posted earlier. But basically, I think that we definitely put in a bottom here, and we're going to start moving back up slowly but surely. You may see a little bit of consolidation before, the move higher, but we're definitely in the right direction here for a recovery. Let's go over and jump right into the technical analysis, starting off with Bitcoin Cash. We can see that we put in a low on Bitfinex of $1,567, bounced nicely off our previous, support level, and came all the way back up towards $2,500, where we're currently trading with this green candlestick, which means that the bounce has pretty much been confirmed. We may see a little bit of consolidation in this area before we go back up towards our resistance levels at $2,800. That's going to be the level we want to try to break above for a move back above $3,000 and then a move back towards the all-time highs, right? So definitely want to make sure that we were able to get back above $2,800. Like I said, that may take just a couple days for things to clear out after the holiday season, right? Because the trading volume is low because of the holidays, so we may not see a bounce just yet, but once that's over, we can expect things to move up nicely, right? As far as the indicators go, definitely took a little bit of a hit here on the MACD, moving lower, histogram as well, but the RSI went all the way down to below the 60 line, currently bouncing a little bit. Not that bad, nothing too worrisome, no major crossovers, but definitely took a bit of a hit here. If we're going to drop lower, I would say we have to pay attention to the middle band that's currently at $1,900. To be honest, I don't even think we're going to be dropping below $2,000 at the worst here, even if we get another, secondary pullback. Let's go over now to Bitcoin and take a look at what it's been up to. So Bitcoin went all the way down to $11,159 on the drop. Bounced nicely off our support level, and that was pretty much in line with the lower Bollinger Band, which is a good sign. Came all the way back up above $13,673, which is a major support level. And now with this green candlestick, we're trading above our uptrend line. So those were, the important levels that we wanted to hold above. And despite the fact that we dropped below them temporarily, we're now back above and holding strong here. So I think that we're probably just going to trend higher up on this trend line moving forward. The indicators are kind of bad. The MACD is definitely downtrending here. Histogram as well went all the way down to 47 on the RSI. Didn't get a bounce off that 43 line, though. We may see that if we see some consolidation. I think that will just, move very slowly but steadily higher in the next couple days. Going over now to Ethereum, and let's see what it's been up to. So Ethereum dropped all the way down to $460, it looks like, on Coinbase. Got a really nice strong bounce, though, all the way back up now above $700. And that's really important because that's the level that we want to be trading above. Currently facing a little bit of resistance at that $715 mark. That's also going to be a pretty important level to break through. That'll probably mean that we're in the clear for any kind of drop, right? As soon as we are able to hold above $715, we'll be back in the range that we were before this drop, right? Between $750 and $784. I do expect that to happen within the next couple of days. We're currently testing a crossover on the MACD. We'll have to see if that happens. If it does, it'll probably mean that we'll see a little bit more consolidation, and we'll probably be in the lower ranges, right? Maybe between $630 up until, $715. But otherwise, if we get a bounce, we'll probably get back above $715, right? As far as the indicators go on the RSI, we're testing back above to try and move back above our uptrend line. We'll see if that happens. Obviously a positive sign if it does. Let's go over now to Litecoin and take a look at what it's been up to. So Litecoin, very similar here, got a very big drop all the way down to $144. Strong bounce there, came all the way back up. This is really good to see these long upper wicks. This means that the buyers wanted to support these price levels, and the price doesn't want to go lower, right? So confirming this move on our candlestick, putting a little bit of support at $267 now. We still have a little bit ways to go to get back to $300. That's obviously going to mean once we get back above that we're in the clear, kind of like Ethereum with $715. So if we're able to get back above $300, we'll be back in our upper range in between that and $350. We'll see if that happens in the next couple days. I feel like it may be a little bit hard. It might have to consolidate a little bit longer before doing that based on what I'm seeing on the indicators, because we just crossed over on the MACD, just went negative on the histogram, and the RSI is still moving lower. So probably going to have to take a little bit more of a breather before we can get a move higher. We'll just have to pay attention to making sure that we can hold above the middle band for now, which is at $240, right? This is the brown line right over here. Let's go over next to Ripple, and let's see what Ripple has been doing. Ripple has actually been one of the cryptocurrencies that's been acting stronger than most. Put in a little bit of a dip at 92 cents, bounced back up to basically $1 where we're currently trading. It is struggling to hold above it right now, so we're currently bouncing in between being above $1 and below $1. Now we're just going to have to look for staying, I would say, above our 91 cent level, which was our previous high, and I think we have a pretty good chance of doing that, right? If we do dip a little bit lower than that, we should find support on our uptrend line right over here, which has been carrying the price up nicely after the breakout, and I think that it has a lot of support levels to help keep the price elevated and really not get any kind of major drop, right? So the dip that we took on the previous candlestick was probably the very lowest that it was going to go, which was 64 cents. And now I think we really won't be revisiting below 90 cents at all, really. So I think that we'll be ready to move up slowly but surely, pretty quickly here with Ripple. It's definitely been one of the safer cryptocurrencies to be in during the drop, just because of the Bitcoin Cash drama. And the RSI is still looking pretty strong, still trading above the 70 line. MACD not really falling back down that much, and the histogram is still looking pretty strong. It's interesting to look at the volume indicators on these cryptocurrencies. You can see the pretty big selling volume during the drop, and that's good. That just means that a lot of the weak hands are now out, and it leaves room for more sturdy buyers, really. Let's go over now to our next cryptocurrency of the daily crypto update, which is NEO. And NEO definitely took a pretty strong hit, like most of them. Went all the way down to $40.98 actually. So way back to our previous support level where we had the big breakout initially. We managed to bounce up quite a bit, trading above the middle band, which is currently at $50. Also above our $50 support level. Right now we're trying to move back above $58. Hopefully we can get back above 60 cents. To be honest, the fact that we're above $58 right now, hopefully that can hold, because once we manage to really make sure that we're above that, we're pretty much back into our previous range, which is $58 to $69. And that's really all that we need to be doing for now until the holiday season is over, at which point we can expect a move back into the higher ranges, right, where our all-time highs were at $84. So, big pullback there, only healthy. Let's move over now to our next cryptocurrency, which is going to be, let's see, Vertcoin. Vertcoin definitely took a pretty massive drop, went all the way down to, let's see, $4.80. We haven't really had a drop like that, as you can see, in quite some time, right? We've been holding pretty strong. We've got just some consolidation for Vertcoin, but no major drop, so this was the first one in a while, which is good. Like I said, it clears things up a bit. It leaves room for more sturdy holders. Bounced off that $4.80 level, made our way back above $6.33 support line. We're currently with this green candlestick moving back into our Bollinger Band range, which is great to see. We have to make sure that we can move back above $7.21. That's going to be pretty strong resistance, but once we're above that, that will be major support again. And right afterwards, we have that $9.40 resistance level for a move back above the highs, right? So basically, we just want to make sure that we can get back into this range near $8 and hopefully not really stay in these lower ranges near $6. The indicators definitely took quite a bit of technical damage. The MACD moving much lower here, pretty overextended move, so I do expect that to start bouncing back up. And took a pretty big dip on the RSI, broke below our important support level at 52. So I do want to try to make sure that we can get above that pretty quickly, because once we get above that, it'll probably mean that we're ready to be back in more bullish action. Let's go over now to Monero and take a look at how Monero has been acting. We can see that we went all the way down to our previous uptrend lines. These are actually our more major, a bit longer term and more important uptrend lines, which we haven't revisited in a while because we really got overextended here for a quick second before moving back lower. So it's good that we tested these. This had to be done eventually, and who knows, we might see a little bit of a bounce here. It looks like I had actually predicted this in a previous daily crypto update recently, but Monero has been going up nonstop, so it's only normal that we saw it take a bit of a drop in it. It's trying to get above the uptrend line that we were in previously, right? Our more short-term uptrend line. That definitely could happen, but if it fails to do so pretty quickly, we'll probably just see some consolidation in this $330 range. The MACD kind of crossing over for the first time in quite some time, which makes me further believe that we're going to see some consolidation before moving back up higher, and we went negative on the histogram, broke below our 57 support on the RSI. So probably going to see Monero take a break, consolidate a bit, because it has been moving up nonstop, and unfortunately this drop really damaged Monero enough for it to be back in a more consolidation phase until it gets back into its normal bullish mode. Let's go over to OmiseGO now and take a look at how it's been acting. So that dipped pretty low, all the way down to $8.94 actually. That's pretty crazy, just because we're above $20 just a couple days ago, so more than a 50% drop there, but bouncing up nicely back above the middle band, back above $12, and we're holding above our resistance level at $12.18, which is good, right? We're back in that range up until there, $14.50. That's the level we want to try to break above. That would put us back into our bullish mode, and that would hopefully send us back towards the highs. The MACD took a pretty big dip back towards that orange line. We'll have to see if we're going to get a crossover or a bounce. If we get a crossover, we may see a bit more consolidation than expected. Otherwise, trying to bounce on the RSI, I'm actually going to go ahead and draw our new uptrend line, short-term uptrend line here on the RSI, which is nice to see. And that's going to be the level on the RSI that we're going to be making sure that we want to trend along moving forward. Let's go over now to Lisk, and then we're going to do Cardano and IOTA. So starting off with Lisk here, we can see that we dipped pretty low, all the way down to $12.84, got a nice strong bounce, and current candlestick is holding above our previous downtrend line, which is good to see. That's the level we want to make sure that we hold, because that's support right now. And to be honest, MACD and RSI is still looking pretty strong. We did take a hit on the RSI, right? Moved below our supporting uptrend line and below the 70 line, but we're moving back up. I think we'll be able to hopefully get above that pretty quickly. What's interesting with Lisk is it's been one of the cryptocurrencies that has been acting more strongly during the drop even. So it didn't take that much of a hit, and we can see that it's already acting pretty strong, right? And staying around $20, which is exactly what I wanted to see. So Lisk is looking pretty good here, holding up better than most. Let's go over to Cardano now and see what happened there. Cardano, pretty similar to Lisk in the sense that it actually held up pretty nicely. We can see that we dropped down to 2,430 Satoshis, got a very strong bounce off that. And right now we didn't manage to really make our way back above 3,000 Satoshis. With that being said, we put in a little bit of consolidation here. So two things could happen based on what I'm seeing. Either we're going to see a little bit of a drop now, like we had over here after a couple days of consolidation. We can see that we kind of fell off a cliff for a couple days and had a pretty strong pullback before moving higher. So based on the price action, it looks pretty similar. That's something we could happen, right? Move maybe back down towards 2,500 Satoshis or even a bit lower. And yeah, the indicators are maybe slightly indicating that, because they are starting to fall back down and round back towards the bottom. Same thing on the histogram there. But with that being said, this could be bullish consolidation if we're able to see a breakout higher pretty quickly, right? That would need to be a breakout above this uptrend line, like I said, pretty soon. Sorry, the downtrend line that we have over here, I meant. So we need to see a break above this downtrend line if we want to make sure that this was just some bullish consolidation. Otherwise, like I said, we're probably going to take a little bit more of a hit here. And let's go over finally to IOTA. IOTA actually got pretty damaged here during the drop. We can see that we went all the way down, lost a lot of support actually, and went all the way down to, let's see, got my trading feed that's glitching out just a bit here, but we put in a low of $1. Wow, is this actually even real? $1.10. I didn't even realize that IOTA went that low. That's a pretty crazy drop there. Went way below our lower Bollinger Band, so naturally we came back up pretty strong here. A lot of selling volume. The MACD, probably a lot of people that wanted to just exit IOTA maybe after the Microsoft drama, but weren't able to. As far as the indicators go, you know, we're bouncing off the 50 line, which is good to see. The MACD looking pretty weak though. Got a test previously, but now moving lower, so that's probably going to continue just a tad more. I would say that unless we see, you know, very bearish movement where we were to drop back below this $3.42 support level, we're probably just going to consolidate in this $3.70 range right back up until $4. That'll be the next level to pay attention to for a move back higher. To be honest, for IOTA here, I think we're probably going to consolidate in between $3.42 and $4. And the reasons for that are because we can see the lower Bollinger Band coming back down very quickly, as well as the middle band starting to flatten out slowly. So all these things look like we're going to see some consolidation here for IOTA moving forward there. That being said, everyone, this is the end of the daily crypto update. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.